Yeah, so this album particularly was way more collaborative. In the past, it's typically been, hey guys, this is my song. Everyone kind of adds their bits, and Nick would be like, hey guys, this is my song. And, we all add our parts to it. This time we got in the room, we got in this room for like every weekend for 6 months. And for the most part, we were just hanging out. We were saying, let's hang out, drink a couple beers, eat some food, and if we write some songs, that would be awesome. And it flowed very naturally this time.
Rob Ruckus,
Nick Collins,
Kate Clover,
Keith Semple,
Isaiah Mitchell,
Billy Harvey,
Tim Howard. Check it out, Almost Famous Magazine.
Hey everyone, welcome back to The Hang right here on Almost Famous Magazine. I'm your host, Scott Saldinger. Thank you for hanging with us and getting to know musicians, learning their stories, and knowing them well beyond just their music. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and share. If you've been with us before, you're coming back because you like us. Have you told your friends? Come on, what's taking you? Also, if you enjoy taking your podcast on the go, you can find us anywhere you listen to your podcasts, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Super stoked today on The Hang. We've got Vancouver, British Columbia's own PopPunk. Could there be punk pop? Maybe we'll figure that out during the conversation. Firebrand's Chief State, a band that has turned grit, friendship, and real-life chaos into anthems that hit as hard as they feel. From narrowly keeping the band alive through lineup shakeups and dropping their boldest record yet, Keep Your Friends Closer, these guys blend raw emotional honesty with big hooks and high-octane energy that's earned them fans around the world. Stick around as we drive into their journey, the stories behind the music, and what it truly means to keep your friends closer in the world of modern pop punk. Although, today we may coin punk pop. You never know. James, Joseph, Fraser, Brandon, Nick, our Chief State, and welcome to The Hang, guys.
What up?
What up?
Hey.
Hello. Excited to have you here. Excited to have you guys here. We tend to start these conversations getting to know everybody a little individually because everyone's relationship with music starts a little different, right? So I'm curious, and I think we'll start with James. How did your relationship with music start? What was that moment that you really decided that this was something that was cool for you and that was something you wanted to pursue?
Well, my dad always had music playing around the house when I was growing up, and he'd play like Beatles records, some even Filipino stuff. And he showed me a couple chords on the guitar, and then I just kind of started learning songs that I'd like by ear, and that's kind of how I've been operating till now. So I don't think I've had a proper music lesson ever. So everything's just been I'm kind of like a magpie. Just if I see something shiny, I'll just gravitate towards it and try and figure it out. So I still, complete honesty, I still don't know what I'm doing, but I just ended up here. So that's my whole.
And these guys have kept you around even though you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, we've known each other over 10 years, so they have some trust in me for some reason.
Dude, I didn't know you had never had a lesson. That's crazy.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing more than we know what we're doing, so it's all good.
What does that tell
That
you?
says a lot.
Well, are you fortunate enough, James, to have perfect pitch?
I don't have, if I had perfect pitch, I'd be talking about that right now, probably. So,
No,
yeah, I don't.
I think you're pretty close to that. It must be.
I don't know.
He's pretty spot on. Let's be real here.
Yeah. Well, Joseph, how about you? How did your relationship with music start?
A little wild. I mean, it goes back to I don't know, seeing MTV on the TV when I was a young lad, Guitar Hero 2 in elementary school, and then it really kicked off in high school. There was a School of Rock program, and I'd already been learning guitar, and it just forces you into a band, just like the movie, pretty much. You play a big gig at the end of the year, and that, just being on the stage and feeling that, your stage fright is very much present at that time, and then you kind of just get thrown into the fire, and it just changed everything after that. I've forever just been chasing that feeling. Wanted to write music right after, because it was all just covers and stuff, right? But yeah, I was in a high school punk rock band, and that really just sparked something. And then after high school, started a band, and been in a couple since, and now we're here. It's just forever. It's great.
Awesome. Nick, how did your relationship with music start?
Yeah, like neither of my parents or anyone in my family's too musical, really. I feel like a lot of it was influence from my older sister, just bands she was listening to. Kind of in the mid 2000s, she was really into kind of all the emo and pop punk music that was kind of coming out at the time. Um, so I was exposed to a lot of like really early Fall Out Boy, really early Panic at the Disco. I really liked. I feel like the first band I ever really loved was Green Day, American Idiot, and watching their like live album for that, right? And they're playing to like 100,000 people or something. There's just something about 10-year-old me, really, or 8-year-old me or whatever it was, really stuck to that. I got a guitar for Christmas like maybe 2 years later, um, and just kind of started teaching myself a little bit. I think my parents put me in like a little like community center once a week, like an old man teaches you some chords for an hour sort of thing for a couple weeks. And then he also taught us how to read tabs, which was the key. And kind of once I figured out that you can look up online how to play any song on a tab, it was kind of sky's the limit. But I don't know what it was, but I feel like I've always been pretty like dead serious about kind of just trying to play music with other people and the pursuit of that, if you will.
Nik,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nik, that time when you went on stage with what was that band that you?
Oh yeah, I mean that was actually a pretty
did that
formative
have an
moment too.
effect?
Yeah, a little
feel like
bit. I
that's a
think.
cool story.
Yeah, that was definitely like I would say like a a reinforcement, if you will, to that. Like I was probably about 15 years old, and I was watching All Time Low. They'd come to Vancouver, um, and weirdly enough, James was in another band at the time. The singer from his band gets like pulled up on stage to like sing a song with them or whatever, and then they just go, "Oh fuck it, you know what? Why don't we see if there's like people who know how to play this song on guitar and on bass and this, that, and the other thing." So they were looking for like a bass player, and like my friends kind of hoist me up. I get hoisted up. We play like half of the song really shittily, and that was just a cool moment. I ended up meeting our friend Vincent, who kind of was in Chief State for the start of it for a little bit. He's helped us out with recording and stuff too. Great dude, still our friend to this day. And I think that was definitely a reinforcement for sure. Definitely a cool experience. Just maybe I've been chasing that high ever since. I don't know.
So Brandon, tell us, how did your relationship with music start?
Pretty similar to Nik and Joseph. Like a lot of music videos early on. I remember like Much Music was a big thing for me. I remember seeing Treble Charger, like seeing one of their music videos pretty early on, and the guy with the white Gibson SG or whatever, and that was like so iconic to me. I thought it was so cool. I just thought guitar was sick really early on when I was like 7 or 8, and my dad had an acoustic guitar laying around. I remember like trying to pluck away at it because I was like, I really want to do that, like what I'm seeing in the music videos. I just like did that for a little while, tried guitar lessons, kind of figured that out for a few years, and then I was trying to make bands like really early on in elementary school. I was like trying to find anyone who liked guitar or anything, so it was like grade 5 or grade 6, put a little band together, and I was writing a lot of the stuff on guitar, and the drums, like it was like my brother's or my friend's younger brother on drums, and so I was like kind of directing him on the drums, like put the songs together, and then eventually I was just like, I'm better at the drums than I am at guitar, and it makes more sense to do this. It was just like came naturally to me, and so then from like 10 years old on, I just was like playing drums in bands. And I remember seeing Billy Talent when I was pretty young. I think, when I was like 10. Seeing them live was just like life-changing. I was like, hey, this is the coolest thing ever. Now I have to play in a band. And so just like kept trying to do that for, forever. And I'm in this band. And it's pretty much it.
Okay, Fraser, you're the last one. Tell us about your story and how you and music came together.
Mm-hmm. So similar to Nik, my family aren't very musical, but my dad really loved punk music. So I grew up on like the Ramones, Stiff Little Fingers, the Sex Pistols, and Guns N' Roses. I really liked that band too. And so I feel like since primary school, elementary school, I always wanted to be in a band. I thought it was cool. Before I could even play an instrument or anything, I started a band. I just chose four friends, and I was like, all right, you're going to play guitar, you're the drummer. None of us could play any instruments. I just thought, like, that's what you do. You just start a band by going, okay, you're going to do this. And then about a year later, I finally got my first guitar, and I started getting guitar lessons, and then I got a bit more serious. So I actually did. Again, same thing, chose friends and just went, this guy could play drums. That was the only thing that was important, that the drummer actually could play drums. But two other friends, they'd never picked up an instrument. And I was like, okay, you're going to play guitar and you're going to play bass. And they actually got the instruments, and we learned, and we, started playing shows, and we got a little taste for it in my hometown. And it just, from that point, I was always like, this is what I want to do. And I started writing songs very early on, and have just always done that, always written songs, and just wanted to give it a go.
I'm kind of curious, where was your hometown? Because I used to live near Canada. You have the thickest Canadian accent I've ever heard in my life. I mean, it's almost like you're either from New Jersey or somewhere else.
Yeah, I'm British. I grew up in England. I'm originally from a town called Frome, which is the southwest. It's kind of near Bath and Bristol. And that's where I lived up until the age of 23. And I went traveling to Southeast Asia. I was teaching English and lived in Thailand and Japan. And it was when I was in Japan, I was like, okay, what do I do with my life? I thought I was going to go into the music industry. I went to university in England and was going to try and work for a label or something and work in the business. But as I was traveling, I was like, I actually like not being in England and seeing and having new experiences. And what do I really want to do in my life? And that's when I went, I really want to do music. I want to give it the best shot I can. And I actually chose Vancouver because it was close to the US. It makes sense, right, for bands to tour the US and try and break there. And yeah, so I moved over to Canada 10 years ago. And so it's been, sort of 12, 13 years away from the UK. If there's any British people listening, they'll probably say that I don't sound English anymore. But I do know, to you North Americans, I have a bit of a twang.
Well, do you miss Nando's?
You know what?
Oh, we got him.
Vancouver's got Nando's. We're good.
You got Nando's in Vancouver?
Yeah.
Yeah, he brought him over.
Oh wow! Not that this says much, but my work. The first time I had Nando's was in Stoke, and it lived up to Stoke's reputation. It was shit, and look, I can say that because I have friends from Stoke who goes, "Yeah, this place is shit." So then they came to the States, and like I eat it all the time now. So. But I had no idea that you had that over there. I'm trying to remember. I think is Hotel Mira. I think is from where is Vancouver as well. Yep. Yeah, we had them on here a while back. So it seems like there's a lot of artists coming out of Vancouver these days. So all of you grew up individually. You have different experiences with music becoming part of your life. How'd you all come together to create Chief State?
Yeah, so that would have been me and Nik were the kind of founding members here. And when I was still in Japan at the time, and I decided that I was going to give Vancouver a go. So I just put an ad up on Craigslist, and Nik was actually the first person that replied. And so by the time I landed, a couple months later, we got in a room with a few other dudes and started doing some stuff. Didn't really work out, but me and Nik took a year to write some songs, and then we just kind of slowly built the rest of the band together. And that would have been 2016, 2017.
You're not the first band that I've talked to that found somebody on Craigslist. I'm just glad you survived using Craigslist.
Yeah. Well, we didn't tell you what column we were in when we put the ad up.
You never knew what you were going to get. And you made the statement, I found a bunch of guys on Craigslist and we all ended up in a room together. Just saying.
Yeah.
What happened next will shock you.
Really? Nik, tell the story.
Not on a podcast. Come on, Scott.
I know. I mean, because then I'd have to change categories to maybe true crime or something.
You never know.
Miscellaneous.
Yeah. So let's talk about Keep Your Friends Closer. How did the album come about, and what are some of the themes on the album, and where'd some of your all's inspiration come from for it?
Nik, you came up with the title. I think we had written some songs, but you came up with the title, and when you said that, I really liked the concept of that. And from that point, we kind of wrote a little bit more to that angle. And I
feel like there's certain almost like writing prompts or something like that, or just like sentences that are kind of like whatever close to like sayings or whatever that'll kind of stick out to me and kind of just randomly come to me at different points. I got a note full of them, and that was kind of one of them that kind of came about as we were doing like writing this album, just sitting in a room at Fraser's place. So I just kind of mentioned like just some of the themes we had been writing about. It kind of seems like I didn't really know what it meant or where it would go, but I was like, what about this? Kind of rolls off the tongue pretty well. And then Fraser ended up writing a whole song around just like that sentence and kind of tied the rest of the album together, I feel like. And
it's a little play on the words as well, because obviously it's the sentence is you keep your enemies closer. And, without going into too much detail, I kind of had a falling out with a friend and kind of felt like stabbed in the back a little bit. And so that there's definitely angles of that on the album with some of the songs. We've got a little bit of betrayal and that sort of thing. And that kind of helped shape a lot of it. It's about like keeping your friends closer, making sure they are actually who you think they are. At the same time, we've got the good side of it as well. We've got half the songs are quite angsty and upset, and half of them are truly about, it's important to be with your friends and spend as much time with your loved ones and choose to do good with your life.
Now, are you and Nik doing most of the writing, or is this a fully collaborative effort amongst all you guys?
So this album particularly was way more collaborative. In the past, it's typically been, hey guys, this is my song. Everyone kind of adds their bits, and Nik would be like, hey guys, this is my song. And, we all add our parts to it. This time we got in this room for like every weekend for 6 months. And for the most part, we were just hanging out. We were saying, let's hang out, drink a couple beers, eat some food. And if we write some songs, that would be awesome. And it flowed very naturally this time.
So, there's a not very well-known UK band that after they stopped, individually writing and they got together, and really started writing together, they really took off. Where they went from like a 5-piece to a 4-piece to a 3-piece. And there's some guy, Phil Collins, in the band. So you never know what could happen when you start to, work together. Did you find that even though you guys had known each other a while, that bringing you together as that collaborative to songwriting has strengthened your relationships?
I would say absolutely. I mean, Keep Your Friends Closer, the title of the song and album, is very much true to how the album came together. Because like first and foremost, we were all friends before, music, obviously brought together kind of by the scene and like watching each other play live shows. But as far as like the writing process goes and everything, like from day one of stepping into Fraser's room and just like someone having an idea, it was incredible how quickly we were able to just like be open to criticism and just be okay with being like, I have this, what do you got? And we all would just stack on each other's ideas and everything. And it was just like, it was very seamless. And it was cool being, writing a part of a song and someone being like, you know what? I got something better. And everyone's like, hell yeah, let's try it. It was a very positive environment for the whole process, front to back.
A very safe space for everyone's ideas. Like it just felt like, all the cool ideas we'd had over the years, we kind of like wanting to use. We just like, it was just the safest place to just throw it out there and like see what we were all just really excited. It was like, okay, I'm really stoked. I think we can add this. I think we can do this, and then like. It just was such a fun process, right?
It was awesome because we put down most of the album, most of the bones together. And at that point James wasn't in the band. And I still think of that, going on what Brand's saying about excitement. I still think about that day when James came in to help us write leads, and he just brought it all together. And everything he was doing, we were just screaming with excitement, you know, like
Yeah.
giddy, like
Yeah,
Great. That was really
prior to that, they just like put me in a corner in a box and then unleashed me at the end.
Well, so James, what was that like for you coming in toward, kind of toward the end of the process where they kind of had, things together, and you brought your own style, your feel to the experience? Was there, did you have any concern, hey, is this going to be good enough for what they're looking for? Did you come in with a sense of confidence that, hey, I know I can really, help round this out? What was the experience like for you? Kind of, it's kind of like coming in cold.
Well, like it definitely helps that we've known each other for so long, and me just coming in like last minute, it kind of felt like everyone was already hanging out at the bar and I just came in and just joined the conversation. It felt like that, to be honest. Like it felt pretty seamless, to put it. And just based on the reactions that I was getting, like playing the songs, everything just felt like it was like falling into place really well. Like these guys like are friends first for me, and like they're all at my wedding. Like I just got married and like everyone was there, and it just feels like just natural, like there was nothing like awkward about it, for me at least. I don't know about the guys, but
I think too, I think with James coming in too, like he's worked with us in various capacities, like whether it be with State or like him and I separately too, we have our own thing too for a couple of years. So I think that there's like a little bit of that comfort factor already. Plus like having some similar genre experience too. Like you listen to all the same stuff we do, right? We trust you as a player. So I think it was just kind of coming in and putting that like extra little spice on everything. And it was like kind of the glue and the connective tissue that kind of made those songs shine. So yeah.
And yeah, I mean, on that as well, it's possibly unknown, but James has actually been around since day one for this band. He has a songwriting credit on one of our very first songs that we ever put out. So it's,
the lore runs deep.
Yeah, exactly. Like the position was always his, basically. He just decided to finally take it.
Yeah, it was like Fraser and I talked about it, and it was kind of like we had the conversation about me joining the band, and it was kind of like two little kids like asking if they wanted to play together. Just like, hey, do you want to like come over and play at my house kind of thing? And I'm like, I don't know, should I kind of thing? But
that is exactly
let me ask my mom.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So James, for you, is it like, did you just spend all that time just auditioning the band and as opposed to the band auditioning you? Is that what that was like?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, but like, it just felt like the right time to just step in or just join. Like it fell into place like really naturally. Well, I was kind of like teetering a bit because because you guys had your mojo, like. And then I was like, you know what? Like, these guys are like my best friends. Like, it makes sense,
I think after the first day of you coming in, like Fraser's room and everything, it was kind of like, all right, shut up, get in here.
Yeah.
Come on.
Pretty much.
Wow. It's like we've got these other guys from Craigslist. We're going to abduct another one.
Yeah, why not?
It was meant to be.
He's a good hang, He's a good hang.
That's what matters. That's what matters. Well, I'm always interested, everyone observes one another in a band, and it's, even though you may know each other, do you really think about what each other brings to the mix, right? Because obviously this is no longer just a collective of individuals for bringing individual songs. It's everyone working together. So Brandon, I mean, when you watch Nik, right? What is he bringing to the band that's his secret sauce that you really like? Wow, we wouldn't be the same without this coming from Nik.
Oh, the secret. Okay, yeah, he's got the secret sauce. I mean, he's like Nik is like director in a lot, which is funny because he was like directing our music video yesterday. Yeah, he's just like got creative direction. Just has like I feel like a very clear idea of like how he wants to express himself creatively, which I kind of lack a bit. I like have ideas, but I need to like funnel them the right way. And I feel like, yeah, he just has a really good idea of like how it should all come together. How we can best like utilize everyone's cool ideas and you know, yeah, bring everyone's the best of everyone. You know, I feel like he's really good at that.
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, Fraser, how about Joseph? Same question.
Oh God.
I've been waiting for this one.
Don't do that. Don't.
No, I think, well, funny, you know, with the lineup changes, for a very brief hot second there, even Nik had decided to dip out of Chief State back in 2023. And so it was just me and Joe left. So what you've got with Joe is someone who's, you know, very loyal, very strong-willed, and he's there, you know, when we were struggling and at the brink of being like, I don't know if we can still do this. He came in with this like little riff, which ended up being, was it Somebody?
Damn or Somebody.
Yeah. And we were like, hey, let's write this song. And, you know, the good thing about Joe is he will always be there, and he's always the life of the party and down to hang whenever. I think, yeah, he's just good vibes for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Now, Nik, how about Fraser?
Fraser is the guy that makes fucking everything happen. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like to what Brand said about kind of, I guess, my creative direction or whatever. It's like, I think being a creative person, sometimes where I lack is in the execution side of things and the planning and the kind of, scheduling, deadlines, shit like that, right? Like I'd love to think about things for forever. So I think he's really good at kind of bringing us all together and getting shit done. And on top of that, he's also a pretty creative person and has a really unique voice, I feel like, too. Really unique energy as a frontman that I hadn't really seen before. So it's been cool to watch that develop and grow over the years. And yeah.
All right. Joe, you know, James kind of pre-answered the question because of his auditioning you guys. But what are your thoughts on that question about James?
How about James, like coming in kind of like last second sort of thing? It was
what's he bringing?
He's bringing all sorts of things, man. I mean, he shreds. First off, let's just get that out of there. My goodness, dude shreds. Don't shake your head. Stop that. He absolutely shreds.
I don't know what I'm doing.
He's just got this ear for the pocket. Like when you've got like a chorus, like a good chorus or a good verse or whatever, it's like Fraser and I would have this, you know, like or something written like that portion, and we're just like, man, this needs something. It needs like a lead. Does it need like what more vocals or what the hell's going on here? James is the kind of guy that can come in, listen to it once, clock in, be like, hold on, let me just noodle around, runs through it maybe twice, and it's just like the perfect thing. It's like the perfect fit every time. And then along with that, he just keeps, like in the room generally, he keeps the vibe nice and light. It's funny and creative, but then he's able to just be like, all right, shut up for just 2 seconds. Let me try that. All these things we were talking about. So I think he just brings keeps the morale high, knows how to stay in the pocket, and is okay with like being wrong when you fall out of the pocket at the same time as well.
You're making me blush, man.
Oh, stop.
I just want to add with James too. He has this really uncanny ability to we've worked on a lot of different type of music together over the years. I feel like he's got this uncanny ability of like hearing a part or hearing a song and being like, it's missing this, and here it is. Here's what it's missing. And then it just kind of elevates it every time.
Yeah.
You guys are gassing me up right now.
Yeah.
Solution oriented.
Yes.
I'm gonna find a solution right
Whoa.
away. Like, here's the problem, and I will be fixing this. I got it.
Precisely.
You
Thanks,
know,
guys.
this is incredible because, I mean, this is going to wrap up our annual employee review of each member of the band along with the band psychotherapy session. But man, you guys love James.
He's great.
Everybody loves James. Everybody loves James.
Yeah. Anybody who meets James loves James.
Yeah. He's
Oh,
great.
come on.
We were talking about this last night with the guy that you're working with at the studio. He was introducing his friend to James at the bar we were all at last night. And he was talking about James in front of James. And we discussed it afterwards. He was like, it's crazy how usually you don't get that kind of feedback directly from a friend. And it's only when they're introducing you to someone else and
Yeah.
saying, oh, James does this, this, and this. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. Anyone that meets James really, really loves him.
Well, I could say the same thing about what's going on right now because it's funny, like you could be the closest friends ever, but you never say something directly to your close friend until you're talking about your close friend to someone else while your close friend's in the room. It's like you're talking through someone directly at your close friend, and you're just saying all these things that maybe you should just say to the person, you know, like not through someone. But this is like a really beautiful thing right now. Guys, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna.
You know, James, I'll be
You got
honest
me
with you. I mean,
tearing
I'll be
up.
honest with you. I do this because I think you're absolutely right. I mean, we do, you know, we do miss out on a lot of opportunity to tell people how we feel about them. You
Yeah.
know, and we live in a society nowadays where it's easier to post something than it is to say something. So I appreciate you recognizing this. I think it's a lot of fun to kind of get everybody to open up a little bit. Plus, again, you know, employee review time, everybody wants a raise. So it's
Yeah, and I just got here.
yeah, I know. See, you're doing really well. They're gonna keep you around a while. So you know, you've got the new album out, and everybody should go out and buy Keep Friends Closer. But we live in a day and age where, you know, we don't necessarily just sit with our music the way we used to. You know, we don't put albums on from front to back necessarily. Some people shuffle. Some people, I don't know how the heck they find music these days. But I'm always interested from each person in the band's perspective. If your catalog, looking at the whole catalog, and everyone viewing us today possibly being new to you guys, right? Do you each have a song within the catalog that if the first time you hear some band or some artist, it's kind of the appetizer to get them into the full meal of the band and buy the whole catalog? We'll go around the horn, but each of you, which is a song in the catalog that you feel is like, this one is one that you should hear because it's going to draw you in and want more of the band? Does that make sense? So, yeah. So give it a quick thought, and we're going to go to Brandon first.
I always have like the hot takes with this type of thing.
That's why we love you.
Yeah, thanks. I don't know. I feel like because there's a couple I could say. Okay, like I think Team Wipe is probably the best choice overall. It just has like, I think everything. It just represents every cool thing about this band. I think it's a good way to sum it up. Like it hits hard right away. I feel like it just is, you know. But I don't know. The first song I thought of was Try Hard, just because it's one that I really like. I mean, it's like honestly the opener tracks on like the albums, like on Tough Love and on Colors, like those openers are sick. Like I think Continental is just such a cool song, so fun to play, and I don't know. I feel I want it to translate to people like how much I love a song, and I mean I don't know. I'd pick those two, but Team Wiped overall is just like the best representation. I feel. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Nick, how about you?
No breaks. It's got to be it. Team Wipes is a good pick too, Brand. But yeah, I feel like it's new, but at the same time, it's got kind of everything. It's the first song on Keep Your Friends Closer for a reason, and I think that kind of how we tried to structure the album is that almost each song makes you want to play the next one, sort of thing. And I feel like it does a really good job of that. So yeah, it's got a little bit of everything that makes it us, I'd say.
Excellent. Joe, how about you?
I'd say I'm definitely agree with Nick on No Breaks, but for the sake of not saying the same thing, I'd say probably Deciduous is a very good like first step into it. Usually when like I'll just use Coworkers as an example, it's the first song I'll show people because I feel like, I don't know, it very much represents what we're all about. It's got the double time, it slows down a little bit, like it's got all these different aspects, like all of our different strengths and everything. And then the image or the message behind the song is it's pretty straightforward and very relatable off the back, like Deciduous, like this seasonal depression, this and that, I feel like is very relatable off the hop. So that being your first step into the band, it's like, oh, okay. It could be like maybe right away, it's like, okay, I can resonate with this almost immediately, sort of thing. And it's not too aggressive, it's not too in your face, but it's like, I don't know, it's a fun song, but jumpy enough, a little bit of double time in there, relatable lyrics, and just, I don't know, front to back. I think it's a really good song. And then, yeah, again, no breaks. Like, come on.
All right, James, how about you?
I'm always gonna say this, but I didn't even like write the song, but Metaphors is like the quintessential Chief State song for me. And it's funny, like my wife, she's not very like into pop punk or anything like that, but when she finds something she likes, she really like makes it known. And that's like one of the songs that I think resonate to both of us. Just because it's like catchy melodies, it's a good groove, it can go hard. And it just really like showcases like every aspect, like instrumentally, of Chief State for me. So, and I'm stoked it's on the album. So
It's making another return. It will be the
Yeah.
third different version we release of this song because we will
if
ram it
it's
down
not
people's
broke,
throats.
if it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah.
There you go. Fraser, all right. Say the best for last. What's your pick?
I mean, you got to go with the album, you know, the title track from the album. Keep Your Friends Closer. It's our latest single. I think what you've got with that song is it's like a journey. You've got a lot of dynamics in it. We start off slow and kind of soft, and then we just hit you in the face with a double time instrumental section, fast verse, and then the big poppy chorus. So I think that one's a good representation of what we're about. We're about taking you on a little bit of a journey throughout our song.
Nice.
And with an important message behind as well, you know, it's about reconnecting with friends that you may have lost a little bit of touch with. And, you know, sometimes I think we get in our head a little bit and think, oh, I haven't spoken to that person for a while. And is that friendship kind of, oh, what are they thinking? That's what it's about, you know, picking up the phone and saying, hey, let's reconnect.
You know, you must be reading my mind because you're kind of going to where I'm heading with my next question. You know, no matter who we are in the world, and we love to think that we get there alone, right? But the truth is we don't. There are a lot of people who come in and out of our lives throughout the course of our life who some of them may deposit a piece of wisdom, someone may teach us something, or just have a positive impact on us. Is there for each of you one individual who's had like this incredible impact on your musical career that it may have been a moment or they may be with you all the time, right? But is there someone who's just had that impact on you that you're taking them with you on this journey, whether they like it or not, right? Who might that person be for each of you? Nik, I'll go to you first.
Ooh, that's a tough question. You know what? Someone I always keep in mind actually is a fellow named Luke. He plays in Calling All Captains. He's an inspiration to me just because I feel like I really struggle to kind of figure out who I am as an artist or feel like sure of that. And I feel like he's very good at, maybe he doesn't necessarily feel that way or know that way, but at least the way he carries himself and the way he's able to express himself, you can tell it's very authentically him, and he's not afraid of that. And yeah, I always think that.
Yeah. James, how about you?
So that's like a really good question. It's like kind of existential. I think honestly, my partner Mel, not to be sappy, but she's kind of like a guiding light for like if she tells it how it is, and she tells me if something's like whack or like if I'm going the right direction. She actually doesn't tell me if I'm going in the right direction. She just tells me if something's whack. But I think I carry a lot of like how I carry myself through her and stuff, and it helps me. I don't know if it's like making like good decisions, but like something that just feels right about going a certain way musically for me.
Excellent. Brandon, how about you?
Yeah, tough question. But I mean, the person I think of right away is my friend Jackson, who I also play in another band with.
Shout out Glen Eagle.
Yeah, shout out Glen Eagle.
Love Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson's just like his passion for music and his approach to songwriting. It's just like, it's unlike anyone on earth. I don't know. I feel like he just has this. He's got his own sauce. You know, he's got his own secret sauce, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like we just have such a good connection over music, and he's someone that I just think about all the time. Like when I'm, you know, playing on stage or writing, like just always kind of there, you know? Yeah, just like a super inspiring person, really good recording engineer with like amazing ears. Just a great ear for music, you know, just for putting songs together and just like fun ideas. And yeah, I think he's someone that I'm like always thinking about for sure.
Nice. Joe, how about you?
Yeah. So this is one of those times where you don't say it to their face. I'm going to say Fraser, to be honest, because even before I joined the band, I was a fan of the band first. I remember my old band opened for Chief State for like a van fundraiser gig or something. And I just remember right away being like, holy shit, like this guy's kind of like maybe not got his shit together, but he's eager to get it together sort of thing. And you can just tell. And something about that was really just inspiring right off the bat. I remember talking to my friend Brando after the gig, just being like, we need to meet these guys. Like, we need to hang out. We need to see what the fuss is all about. And we were kind of new to the Vancouver scene at the time. And Fraser, Fraser and Nik, to be honest, like they were both very much like, you know, come hang out, come see what's up. And then when music got involved, it's always just been like positive reinforcement, just bring your best self. And even in like the darkest of moments, he would always just be like, do what you got to do, man. I'm here for you. Take the time you need. There was never any pressure, but also in the moments where you needed to smarten up, he'd be like, you know, a little slap on the wrist, but like in the most positive way possible to like, I don't know, bring you out of your shell a little bit. Cause I was a very shy person, especially I only joined the band when I was like 22 or something. So I was still figuring my shit out. I just knew I wanted to be in a band. I just didn't know how to do it. And he very much has kind of, I don't know, coached me through it the whole way. Even still today, I do look up to him.
Thanks, man.
Anyways.
You're going for those extra points on the employee review, I can tell.
Yeah, I need that raise so bad. I need it, dude.
Calculated. So calculated.
One more case of beer.
One more case of beer.
A percentage raise on $0 is still $0.
Yeah.
That's what you get for being on Spotify.
Yeah.
Fraser, how about you?
So someone that constantly inspires me to this day is a friend from back home. We both started bands at the age of like 12 or 13, and I think there was kind of always been this little bit of healthy competition that we continued to always write and release music. And even recently where things have gotten tough and I'm like, you know, it's difficult being in a band. There's a lot of bands out there, and to try and break through the noise is tough. And sometimes you have doubts, and, you know, and then all of a sudden my friend Josh will release another song and I'm like, that dude's still doing it and he's still progressing and being very successful. So he's got a solo project called Jole, which is Jole. And he writes folk pop songs and really, really beautiful music. And yeah, he's always been in bands. I've always been in bands, and we constantly, you know, we're messaging each other, showing each other new music and just keeping each other going. And also a special mention as well, I've got to say, Tim Creviston, who's our producer. We've worked with him on every release we've ever done. And he's got an ear for music like no other. He'll hear things that like we never hear. He'll hear like the tiniest frequencies as well, which is crazy. And you're like, oh yeah, that's what was bugging me in this song. And he'll just duck it out and stuff. But he's a massive inspiration to us, and he's a big part of why we are here today. He's helped craft us into the sound that we're in, because, you know, particularly at the beginning, we'd come in with this dog shit demo and it sounds like ass. And he'll be like, well, this is how we make this sound good. So Tim has got to have a big mention there as well. So I cheated. I said two people.
So he's good at de-assifying things.
Exactly.
Yes.
Very much so. Yeah.
Great at it.
He's got that plug-in, the de-asser.
There's a plug-in for everything, and I just saw at a NAMM. There's now an AI-enabled foot pedal, so you can create anything on this one pedal using AI prompts.
Lord,
I'm interested in seeing it. Yeah, for sure. I wonder if it has a de-acidification mode.
It's coming for our jobs.
What what is the year? I mean, we're still kind of early in the year. What does the rest of the year have in store for you guys? Are you going to be able to hit the road? Any runs of shows? What's the rest of the year look like?
Yeah, we're looking into some options. So it's, you kind of called it out a little bit earlier about the US, and things are a little bit uncertain there, but it's also very expensive for a band that isn't American to tour the US. The visas went up a couple of years ago, and it kind of puts you on a losing position to begin with. You're in the hole quite a bit before you even play a show. So we're looking at options. We're still quite DIY, pretty small team around us. So a lot of what we do is trying to connect directly with other bands in markets and see if we can get something going. So we're looking at a few different markets, and hopefully we get something going a little bit later on in the year.
Excellent. Yeah, it's incredible. I was talking to I think my niece a couple of days ago. She's a huge Harry Styles fan, and what he's doing with his tour is 3 months at Madison Square Garden. He never has to take the show on the road. Everybody will come all the way from him. The amount of, people don't realize it, but the amount of savings, if you can just play the same venue night after night, is ridiculous. And it is hard to, to get people to get out and buy tickets, right? When they have financial choices to make. And now more than ever, supporting bands in that way is super important, because art isn't for free. You may think you'll get away with robbing it off the walls of the Louvre, but the truth of the matter is, typically you got to pay for it, and that goes for a piece on the wall or a piece that people create. Nothing gets created for free, we're big proponents of making sure that people support you all. We're big believers here that when we put good things out in the universe, some good things can come back to us. And this might be interesting to see if any of you have the same answer to this question, or if they're all different. It's kind of a crapshoot sometimes, but everybody either has a bucket list, or they have a dream opportunity in life. Obviously, James does vision boards, but you all may have someone that you.
How do you know that?
Because I
do I give off that energy?
You're the most. You may be the more connected individual when it comes to connecting to your emotional self than the other guys.
Thank you.
But what do I know?
Hey, I got a vision board.
Clearly a lot.
Yeah. Darn, my notes are bad. I'm gonna get on your publicist about that. If you had a chance to get in the studio with somebody, that would be a dream collaboration, whether it's someone to produce you or someone that you could write with for a day. James, who would that person be, and why would you pick them?
For me, I've in my previous band, I've worked with this guy Seth Henderson. He's produced a lot of bands in the scene, and he's just such a treat to work with. Just seeing how his brain works. He's really good at sparking a room and getting everyone going. So yeah, this guy Seth Henderson, he's just such a guiding force, I think, in the scene. He's just a good time. I feel like it'd be a really great opportunity to work with him, and yeah, that's my answer.
All right, Brandon.
Yeah,
how about you?
I think I would have to say Alan Day from 4 Year Strong.
Nice.
Yeah, he's just such a talented guy. I mean, one of the legends in the scene, right? 4 Year Strong is just incredible. Yeah, such good songwriters. Yeah, I was lucky enough to be in a band opening 4 Year Strong a few years ago on a tour, and so I got to meet him and hang out with him, and he's just the nicest guy on the planet. Just such a kind soul. Yeah, I've seen some of his videos, in the studio producing bands. He's working with Action Adventure right now, and just the stuff he does, is just so cool to see him in his element, doing his thing. Yeah, I feel like that would be just an insane opportunity to work with him. That'd be super fun and very productive.
Cool.
Yeah.
Fraser, how about you?
Well, I was going to say Alan Day. I think 4 Year Strong,
of course,
is a good connecting band for the five of us, like we all really love that band and everything that they do, and it's definitely a goal one day, hopefully, to work with Alan. I think that would be awesome. But because Brian said Alan Day, I'll think of someone else. One of my favorite bands ever is a band from Scotland called Biffy Clyro. Very big band, has had some big hits sort of over the last 20 years. That's a pipe dream. Why not? I think that would be incredible to work with those guys in kind of a songwriting capacity.
Nice. Nik, how about you?
I was thinking really long and hard about this one because I feel like I've been asked this before, and my answer was John Mayer because he's just a legend. But I feel like that doesn't necessarily translate well to the Chief State context very well, likely, you know what I mean? So I feel like in that realm, I would say Dan Campbell from the Wonder Years. I think he's an incredible writer, great poet, and that'd be cool to work with that guy.
All right. And Joe?
I'd have to say Johnny Frank, Bill Murray. I would have to say him. His latest album, American Motorsports, and the singles, there's just something so fun about the songs. And they're so honest, like so experimental. There's so much going on. The music videos are hilarious. And he just seems like obviously I haven't met the guy or nothing, but from what I've seen, he just seems like a genuine guy, just loves to make a song that is just, he's got the idea, and he's very good, clearly, at putting it into music. And first and foremost, music's supposed to be just listened to, not dissected. And it's just like you front to back his album, and it's just fun the whole way through. Like it hits hard. There's banjos going on. There's all this sax going on. Like it's just, there's so much happening, but it all just fits so well, and it's everything's spot. And then, yeah, his voice just fantastic. So I think that would be, stepping in a studio with him would be quite the experience. And also, he's just worked on a lot of his songs. There's many other artists, like vocalists or something, like on a lot of his songs, even his newest releases and stuff. So he's already very much a collaborative sort of guy. And he always has been, like after going through like his catalog and everything. And I feel like if we stepped into the studio together, that would be a dream come true right there. Like that'd be sweet.
I have never laughed at a music video more than I did when he's mowing his back lawn for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just him mowing his lawn.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I think
funny.
When I first heard that song, Better Hell, it was literally the embodiment of when you and your friends get together and just write. And that's what happens. And then the music video to go with it, come on, hilarious. Like it's greatness. It's really good.
Well, now our audience who've been hanging with us have their marching orders. We've got to connect these gentlemen with these people. We got to get something going. I mean, if it's their dream, if it's on their vision board, we got to help make it happen. We've put it out there, so now it's
on my vision board,
on James's vision board. Everybody watches us knows that it is super important to support artists. Down below, you're going to find all the links that you can buy. Not rent, not borrow, not steal. Buy Chief State's catalog, their merch, tickets to any shows if that's something coming up. We're going to make sure that people have a way to connect with you to make a purchase. We need to be supporting our artists. The cost of being an artist has gotten so ridiculous these days, and it's one thing to make an album. It's another to have the resources to get out and bring it to the masses. So I'm hoping that's going to happen for you guys this year. So we'll have all those links below. We kind of wrap these up with kind of getting inside your head to what happens when you're not making your own music, right? Like when you're out, I don't know, in your case, this time of year, shoveling snow, you're not really doing much lawn mowing. Maybe you're at the gym, maybe you're walking the dog, just relaxing. Who are a couple of artists that you currently have in your rotation that you're really enjoying, that if we're sitting here having, I don't know, Labatt or a Molson, because we have to be Canadian appropriate, enjoying a bowl of poutine, who, you like that, John?
Excellent.
If we're just sitting here hanging out, who'd be like, Scott, I'm jamming out to this. I love it. You got to try them out, right? So, James, who would that be for you right now?
This band right here. It's not really a beer drinking listening band, but whenever I go for a run, These guys just get me fired up. They're a hardcore band from Australia, in Sydney. Saw them live a couple months ago, and they're just super inspiring. And what they do is very authentic and true to who they are, and just bringing hardcore into a different light. I feel it's pretty inspiring. Their whole record is just great. So
and for those listening who aren't watching, what's the name of the band?
oh, sorry, Speed. Speed is the band.
All right, Nik.
I'm gonna go with a band from Vancouver here called Dassy. They just released a new record I think 2-3 days ago, and yeah, it's great. It's kind of like indie R&B sort of vibes, but yeah, that's what I'd go with.
Nice, Brandon.
I can't not say what I think is the best band ever, which is Era. I just I want to tell everyone about Era all the time. Okay, like they are just, I think the best band ever. I'm just so in love with them. Everything they do, I'm crazy about them. I was gonna say honorable mention here, Gutter King, because I listen to them at the gym a lot, and they're from Alberta. They're amazing as well. But I gotta go with my favorite metalcore band of all time, Era. I just think they're so damn good. Just so many beautiful tapping leads. Oh, it just makes me so happy. Makes me so happy to listen to.
Nice.
Excellent. Joe, how about you?
Yeah, actually, from Era, the writer Jesse Cash, who also does Ghost Atlas, I think some of his earlier music was some of like the first stuff I ever really got into on Spotify, and really was captivated by like a younger artist too at the time, sort of thing. And I don't know, his songs are just very, very experimental and just different, like different time changes and everything. And it was an experience listening to it for the first time. So I'd have to say probably just Jesse Cash, because I love Era as well, to be honest. Like I've been put on that because of him. But Ghost Atlas, definitely one of my favorite projects out there for sure, even today.
Sorry, just quickly. Even the other day, I was texting Joe about hey, go listen to this song, Era song at 1:58. The tapping part that comes in and goes into the chorus. I'm still texting Joe about this band.
He is, and I'm at work.
There were 2 or 3 songs. Okay, yeah, hold on, just give me a little bit of time. I was like, you got to do it now, man. You got to pay attention.
It's true. Lighten me up. No, it's good though. We appreciate that. We like that a lot.
Hey, look, if you guys are telling each other about it, I got to check it out for sure. So,
hell yeah.
Fraser, how about you?
I really love a band from, they're from, I think, New York, that area. They're called Koyo. I think they're doing some awesome stuff right now. But also a shout out to local bands as well as Poor Sport from the island. I think they're doing some really cool stuff. Gutter King, as Brand mentioned. And then our friends in Calling All Captains up in Edmonton as well. Lots of great music coming from Western Canada right now.
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of great music coming from Canada, period. We last June, every episode in the month of June was all Canadian artists from coast to coast. So, a lot of great music coming from Canada these days. And again, we need to be supporting all of our artists, Canadian artists as well. So spend your money on your artist. Buy things that bring you joy and happiness that you can hold as your own. So the links are below, right? You know what to do. Go out and support Chief State. Guys, this has been a lot of fun. I hope there were some things that we talked about that you guys may not have talked about, maybe learned a little bit about each other. I wish you all the best to success on the album. And when the next one comes out, we should do this again. What do you say?
Absolutely.
Would love to, Scott.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. I'm gonna put you on the hook for that one. So guys, it's been great getting to know you. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with us. As we always talk about in this day and age, please be kind to yourself, love yourself, show yourself respect, and then give it to other people as well, because we need a lot of that in this world. We got to get along with each other a little bit better than we do today. So guys, it's been great. Thanks so much for joining. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Scott.
See ya.